Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my first match of the Dominion Online Championship for 2025. I'm playing wartynas. I don't know how you say this. This board has limited gains. very, very limited gains. Extraordinarily limited gains. It does have a village, but I wonder if I should take a change. I mean, what I'm gonna draw. I mean, I'm gonna hit 5 on this next hand. I guess not guaranteed, but most likely. Whittler could certainly be annoying here. I guess you can go for the changelings later. You have 2 estates. I mean, you buy the copper probably. That was a pretty brutal highwayman, actually. Oh, they have another copper. Okay. That's not less clear to me, but it's not unreasonable. Would like the ferryman. I think I want 1 changeling here. They don't really have anything good to get changelings for yet, but okay. Keep on cycling around, I suppose. Really want to try and get though. Man, this is a tough gains board. I don't know why that happens, but anyway, guess I'll keep the ferryman for now. guess our next buy would be like a groundskeeper if we can ever afford it, but there is something to getting the highwayman. I might just take the rest of the changelings though. I don't know if that's worth it or not. It's the only extra gains you have here. So what does guard dog do? Yeah, okay. Nice thing about Desture is it's on this kingdom at least not so terrible against Swindler. How many of the changelings are gone? 4 of them. I have at least 4 more because of this one. They might have 2. Not really very likely to see a 3 pile either. What do you get? I think you. Guess that's all. I think you get 2. Well, this is okay. These are actually not bad gains. I wouldn't say. They have the shrine up already. I guess you don't love this at this point. I mean, it's okay. Would have loved to gain the. Would have loved to play the highwayman. That's just the. I think they maybe should give me a pendant. I don't actually know. I don't love the gold. Would like to get to the groundskeeper. Okay. Well, we didn't get to the groundskeeper. Guess we're waiting. I could try the second haunted woods here. I mean, I meant a second highwayman. I could just try haunted woods. It's not actually that. It's pretty decent. I don't think there's a big rush. I mean, the only thing doing piles is the swindlers. Otherwise, I wouldn't say there's a huge rush to make any of this happen. Oh, I don't like the pendant. I don't know if they know about groundskeeper. Kind of weird. We have gotten to react the guard dog quite pretty nice. Those aren't too harmful. Oh, province. There's an. It's not. Okay. I actually am a little bit short money, maybe. I mean, the nice thing is I have the groundskeepers, so we can eventually just buy estates and outscore. I mean, I think the score gap should be pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't have. We could give a ferryman out at this point. It's not totally crazy. I don't know what the. It was pretty unfortunate to not buy. Please find a port. Okay. Well, this wasn't great. Let's get secluded. I may buy another ferryman at some point. Assuming I ever have any money. Yeah, this could get ugly because they do have a gold, which is, you know, or something. Probably Duchy Ferryman was pretty silly. This is a weird play order. This is like hard AI play order where they'll play like just something terminal. The port just dies, which is actually really terrible for me. Okay. Give them another secluded. So we could province here. Which is probably okay. I mean, it's, I guess the difference of buying that or just like buying gold. I miss when they bought a groundskeeper. Yeah, this is sort of problematic. That one ferry was terrible. Her ferryman gift was terrible. I guess they're gonna give me a ferryman now. Everything else would give BP, or you could just put it into another groundskeeper. Actually, that wouldn't be too crazy. I'm a little surprised at kind of how well the deck has run for them, but they always had a lot of ferrymen, so that can spin you through stuff. Honestly, I played to the destriers, but like, I mean, it's a little nicer for playing like multiple highwaymen, but the dream of deck drawing was probably a little far-fetched always, and so given that, I'm not sure it was correct. Well, I have not really a card I can get to do a unique, for instance. As far as like upsides, guard dogs are pretty good. I only have one silver if it ever gets it. I mean, I only have one of a lot of things, I guess. This will be a brutal haunted woods, that's for sure. Okay, we do at least get to play this. Maybe we'll let us try. You just have to take the province. I mean, you do have a highwayman, so. Did I give them the second goal or they gained the second goal? They bought a duchy. That's really interesting. There's like absolutely no reason to play around. Whatever here. I wish I knew what I had left. I really, really, really don't. But I thought it was at least okay. A swindler hit on province could be pretty funny. That was unfortunate. I mean, mostly just unfortunate because it was a flip. Duchy hits would have been rough. There are actually quite a few point stealing swindler hits available now. So that wouldn't be too surprising. Like I said, I mean, they do have a lot of ferrymen. I am kind of surprised at the deck running as well, but they also did some trashing. I certainly didn't do. Okay, so we're gonna need like, I guess, some swindler luck. We didn't find a groundskeeper. That's not gonna do anything for us. This was a hand to get into the groundskeepers and see something happen, but it did not. So, I guess we get a pendant. I don't have a pendant. It's either a pendant or a haunted woods. You don't trash the curse, that's point losing. Here are the groundskeepers. Even if we had had enough to do an estate there, that would have been nice. But they're going to get to like the haunted woods now. Which is going to make this all a bit awkward. Oh no, they didn't play the haunted wood. So I can get a 3-point. That would put me at 9. Kind of, you could kind of squint and pretend like it's in range. It's very hard though. We do get to activate a guard dog here, which is nice. Maybe. I mean, they gotta have something. I mean, eventually they're just gonna hit the, $8 and be done. You'd think it'd be kind of unlikely to do it without some duration draw, but not if you find all of your treasures right there. Pretty nice. Okay. So here our draw is really limited. Like super limited actually. Humble Castle is not terrible for Wealthy Village. What is the, and the Ferryman just has Night Watchman. This is a slightly silly opening. But the price points are actually not bad for it. For like the bad quote unquote bad draws, the price points are pretty friendly. And it means you don't have to buy a gold before you can start getting loots for 5. And I think the loots are quite good here, so. I think, yeah, Gatekeeper is interesting because it does shut off the loots, but otherwise is, not a whole lot to it. Don't love this, but we could get a Night Watchman, I guess. Essentially. Oh, actually, it's gonna trigger the shuffle anyway. Sorry. Trying not to end actions. But there's no reason not to do it and just see if you hit anything. Not that it's particularly good. Oh, I do like the hammer because that's gonna make maybe crumbles small doable. Potentially. They're thin for whatever that's worth. I'm not sure it's worth all that much, but I'm gonna apprentice here and then hopefully draw into something that either lets me go humble small or like this would almost do it. Okay, this would do it. The castles are so good with this place. Like, they're just really good. Kind of want to keep the haunted castle for potentially displacing. Maybe that's greedy. That was probably a little greedy. Whatever. Get a barbarian. Getting a province in deck is pretty nice though for the purposes of trying to get kings potentially. That's fine. I don't know if I have another zombie in here. The zombies cantrip basically anyway. I may eventually get this barbarian off the mat. I don't know. Courtier would have been okay. There are a lot of things that would have been okay at different points, but you just never really you're never necessarily going to get, well, this has been annoying because I would kind of like to say, I guess we just trash Necrop. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, well, we get that at least. I mean, the end game is just like fighting for fine provinces, right? There's not like a lot to it. I do wish I had my oh, my gold's in exile. That makes, wish I had my Dutch or my province. It's almost no. Well, it might be right to do... We apprentice the displace. I just don't know what the odds are. I think there's another necromancer in there, but you don't have the copper. Okay, I guess you toss it. So again, it's this question. I say question. I mean, we're gonna get to look. Do we want to trigger though? This won't. We can discard this and it won't trigger anything. Yeah. There was like a shot at it. But probably now we just toss it province. There are some okay things, but if we draw them, we draw them. Otherwise, I think we want to focus on just being able to buy the provinces slash whatever. Buy the king's castle. We can. Never mind. They don't have a lot of castles, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not guaranteed to province if I buy it. So, oh wait, whatever. The 1 copper is not going to make the difference. I didn't know there was a barbarian in the. That's kind of useful. I think we can be a little all in on points now. It's a big lead. And we get to keep doing stuff like that. So why not? Well, we don't get to keep doing stuff like that. We've basically done all of the stuff like that, but you know what I mean. The humble is really nice, actually. And that was just like a first player thing. Crash the Ferryman, huh? Okay. Gatekeeper, of course, was terrible. I mean, no, like it's Gatekeeper. Like what? It's just so bad. Its resources are bad. The attack's bad. It doesn't. I mean, there's like in theory something with loots, but it's not real. We could transport. Yeah, this isn't really very well. Well, Coin Tormentor is or Coin Cobbler, I guess, is pretty good open. You could transport a university and try to get paddocks, but man, I just don't know if that says anything. It's got to be a little better than like buying university, but it's not clearly better than just buying paddocks. You know? The imp is good though. You probably will never need village green. This Tormentor is probably gonna cause a shuffle on me. No, they don't even play. Where is their Tormentor? Did they have it in the last hand and they just didn't call it? I don't know. Weird. I think I'm pretty good on one coin. I think these stockpiles will be gone in a couple turns and we're just playing paddock. No one may ever buy silver or gold. Kind of funny. I wonder if you want a courtier. I guess I'm gonna get another imp here. Oh, when did I get a potion? That's terrible. I'm pretty sure that's terrible. It doesn't sound, I don't sound very confident, do I? I don't think we're really ever gonna draw. But it's possible to have some big-ish turns occasionally. Paddock is just not a lot of draw in a no trashing situation. These unis are also gonna really slow them down. I don't love those, but the terrible courtier. Pretty unlucky. This is almost bad enough to just not buy anything. Guess it's probably not actually bad enough to not just take a province when you can afford it. I also wasn't paying attention to transport. I don't know if I had a turn where it would have made a bunch of sense to do it. I could believe it. I'll put it that way. I would kind of like to just take a gold and save the stockpiles, but man, a dual type would be so nice to do the gold money and take province here. So everybody has a lot of paddocks. They have a lot of paddocks. We're paddocked up. they have universities, which I think are pretty not good. I think you just go for the money. Like, what are you waiting for? I may take another court. I guess you take another quarter here. I don't actually have a lot of. I don't actually have a lot of dual types, to be honest. It's just Tormentor and the Imps. So it's maybe a complaint that I'm not entitled to make. If they keep taking courtiers, we may be able to do like a stockpile thing. Don't need that, like, especially if they go to 4 here. I don't really love the village. It would just take like, okay, it's not unreasonable. But it's like we could lower them by 3 here. We almost have enough. You just take a province. I could have got another imp. Well, I can still get another imp. I think we want an imp. Do we want to trigger though? It's not like a terrible trigger. Now that the stockpiles are kind of floating away, we're losing any sort of 3-pile threat we could potentially have. They're going to get the gold point here, which is fortunate, but never mind. They didn't go for it. I mean, you clearly had, I would say, enough. Well, yeah, I would have. Well, okay, they didn't have a. It's a bit of an unfortunate trash, but okay, they didn't have enough actions to do it, I guess. That's my bad. University at this point is like definitely actively harmful. That makes a lot of sense. This exact date is very helpful. Hopefully they don't have a double. I'm not sure that there's still 3 stockpiles in the world. Okay, it's not a double because that's not enough cards, but they just take a duchy, which is probably incorrect. Well, maybe the estate doesn't matter. Okay, so we can do, I guess it not, if you're using coin to do it anyway, you might as well wait. Or I can get the gold off it too. Yeah, let's do it that way. We may just double here. Yeah, we're gonna double super easy. We're gonna, wow, this is crazy. Apparently there was enough drawn there for this. That's wild. That was only 3 cards left. That's weird. I guess it was stored up. I don't know, actually. I did gain and play a little bit. Okay, cheap caravans, interesting. Coven and cultist and frigate. So pretty attacky, I would say. You might say. May just buy some of the 5s and hope the piles run out in your favor. I don't know. I don't actually know about the cheap caravan. I just sort of did it. This is, I played the caravan. Okay, so I will hit 5. I have a cultist. Another cultist. Another cultist. We don't have. Okay, we're gonna get one now. I do need maybe a native village. Yeah, why not? We lost the ruin split pretty bad. Actually, if we, well, it depends. If they play another cultist, we lost at 6-4. Because we played 3 on, we had played 1 and we've given out 4 of them. So we may just end up even on that. I would not, well, I guess if it's for a 5 then. Okay, good set aside. Wonder if you get pilgrimage. There's something to a pilgrimage, but you have to get the things in play next. Yeah, like if you whiff it on this, it's not looking so great. These decks sure are going to be awful. I guess I am gonna pilgrimage on this turn if I draw Coven. I don't know. If I have 8, I may have to just do it. Buying the caravans is pretty wild, actually. Double caravan there is crazy. It's not a very good buy. The deck quality is just not really at a spot where that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Patron is not totally awful for that set aside. It's just the covens are gonna go and then, or the curses are gonna go and then lowering the cultist there when you're behind by this is crazy. Because there's a very good. I mean, you can't even hardly play your covens now because it just means you lose, like on the spot. More or less. So I'm not sure about any of that, but would they buy Haven? Yeah, it's not. Is there a problem? Okay, that's a game. We only barely got to the the $4. Pretty scary. What do we have here? Charm stuff. What is Harsh Winter? Debt? The debt one? So you open Cathedrals. You could try the tunnels. I don't super love it, but it's not like, it's not a totally crazy way of getting your money up here. Maroon Cathedral is pretty wild. Otherwise, just try to buy a charm tea house and then tea house on a tea house market, blah blah blah. It's probably faster than mucking around with the tunnels, to be honest. Like, what are you doing? You just passing this maroon over and over again? There's actually not a really good reason to do charm first. But the order in general probably won't matter a whole lot. Market is slightly wild to me, but you can basically run this off 2 Haunted Woods. Mm. How'd I know? Incredible. So we could just frog the tea house. We already have the $5. This is a copper. Eventually we'll want markets. Don't know. How many coppers did I play last time? 3? Oh, I had 4. I mean, I guess I've hit the double charm anyway, so let's just try and find the Haunted Woods. Yeah. Haunted Woods or Wishing Well would have been fine. I guess I could put the debt on the good stuff. Some of the good stuff. We kind of would like another Haunted Woods before the shuffle. Well, it doesn't. Gold is terrible. Copper is crazy. I mean, there's still 2 charms, so just do it again. I guess, yeah, that was a bad one. It should have been silver. I mean, I don't know. We save a little money for paying off debt, I guess, is the upshot. That's probably not worth it, but already have 3 charms. Let's just stay there for now and do tea houses. And try to get up the money a little. Wouldn't be terrible to have multiple Haunted Woods going, but I could have saved a copper for Cathedral. That would have been okay. Because I only used 2 of the $4 I had left. I had an extra $2, so I could have top decked a copper. Anyway, here we're just gonna try and get like 10,000 tea houses and markets and charms and whatever, and just have way just more money than wartynas. We're also already on the double Haunted Woods regime. I think I really am not a fan of the maroon grenade. The nice thing here is that if you're just buying silver, you can do the, I mean, 4-3 or 3-4 the same, so it's not like a split thing. 5-2 would be, 2-5 would be especially bad, but nobody had that. Right, everybody bought 2 things on there. So the marina is just, I don't know. If you're immediately away the frogging, you're opening buy, I think there ought to be some more specific, nice interaction going on there. Otherwise, it's super, super good. What is it? It's a haunted woods. How'd I know? Incredibly. Do you? Guess you don't actually probably want to top deck up. Wishing well. Just cause. Just cause who cares, as they say. So what do we do? One market, triple T house. We were overdrawn by like a one-ish, 1 to 2 cards, so we could in theory get another charm. I don't think we want to go for the. Am I just getting more debt this way than I would otherwise? I don't know how this works. I think I maybe ordered that in the wrong manner, but I'm not completely sure. I guess I got an odd number of both, and there was debt on there, so like that's how it has to be, right? Switching the parity. Maybe you can sneak in the. I don't know. Didn't seem great. I forgot I was also removing a card. What did they buy? Silver. Wow, that's something. They did play Haunted Woods now. I could have bought a copper and had it top decked, I suppose. We'll just leave the silver out. Which means we can go ahead and frog these because we'll just leave the silver out. I don't think this opens up a 3 pile or anything. I know we didn't have to frog them either, but it's too late. I already did. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Lost that first one, but otherwise they were pretty okay. Some luckiness on the castle. Maybe I'm wrong, but the humble really does look very good to me. And the stockpile paddock game, I think maybe would have gone bad, but they didn't love you. This last one ended up being close, and I think it was mostly off the stuff at the start. Maybe it was bad luck for them. I don't know the draw. I mean, Cathedral, there's limited scope for how bad the draws can be, but there's still some. Anyway, Thanks for watching. I don't know who is in my bracket path next, but that deadline isn't for a couple weeks anyway, so maybe a bit of time before another match is up. But in any case, take care. Thanks for watching.